this is what makes me so mad. Despite the effort Navi makes not to get involved, so yes, he's a simp. He's a simp. Is it recording? Oh, yeah. Hello everyone, my name is Clumsy and I like to talk about otaku content that is stereotypically geared towards women, but honestly anyone can enjoy. So if you like romance webtoons, josei, shoujos, shipping, shonen, K-drama, I'm going to talk about it. And you're basically here in my first video. You're like Team Discover for my rising channel of 0 subscribers, because this is my first video. Okay. This was actually really hard and I don't know how to edit videos, so please bear with me and I'm gonna apologize in advance for every scandal that I'll be in. Even though just as a YouTuber in general, I don't want to be in scandals. Okay, so my first video, I'm gonna talk about Remarried Empress. Now, if you have not read Remarried Empress and or not even heard of it, what rock are you under? Remarried Empress is like the hottest like romance webtoon currently on like the Webtoons app, but it is not original. It's under an original, but it's not a Webtoon original because it originally came from a light novel. This is a common trend in many webtoons where they'll get like a light novel that's really doing well and they'll make a comic of it. I think The Break of Dawn, Omniscient Reader, I'm pretty sure Solo Leveling, Remarried Empress, those are all like light novels that Webtoon has taken official creation over, but they have been like, probably their official English translation is for them. It's kind of like how Viz will like officially produce a bunch of like shoujo comics in English. They're not really the first, but like, you know what I'm saying. And it's some real gold right here. It's just, if you're not reading this, you can go, because there are going to be spoilers in this video. There are definitely going to be spoilers. So if you want to go, like, I'm fine, don't worry. It's fine. You can leave my video, go read the webtoon real fast, and then you can come back. You can come back, or you don't come back. It's fine. You can do whatever you want. But let's first get into the video. Like, I'm going to basically be talking about, you know, the characters, things I believe that make the story stand out, and things I appreciate the author doing, and yeah, basically ranting. These are all my opinions, you know, everyone's allowed to have their opinion on things. This is just mine, it's just comments, and I feel like there's not a lot of content out there that's for like romance webtoons or shoujos. There's a lot of like, you know, shonen stuff for like Naruto, One Piece, Hunter x Hunter. Like, go on TikTok, you'll see like a lot of content geared towards them, but I feel like there's a gap when it comes to romance kind of webtoons and stuff like that. So yeah, I wanted to give my voice. Now, if you don't know what Remarried Empress is and you're still here, even though it's free on the Webtoon app, Remarried Empress is a webtoon by, I wrote this down, I wrote this on, Alpha Tart and Sumpul. I believe Sumpul is the artist and Alpha Tart is like the original light novel creator. I'm not sure, I probably should have checked it, I'm sorry. Yeah, also have Google. If you're watching this video, you have internet, so you also have Google, I hope, or maybe you have like Naver, because you're in Korea. It's about a kingdom, I think the Eastern Kingdom, where there's an empress named Navi who is married to an emperor named Sovieshu. His name, like, honestly, I don't even want to remember his name because it makes me so mad. And basically, Sovieshu takes in a concubine named Rashta, and that's just where all the drama starts. And during the heart of all this drama, Navi finds this bird who has like a letter tied to its leg, and she gets a pen pal who she starts, you know, opening up to and exchanging feelings, because she's going through a hard time, because even though she expected, because she was like trained to expect that her husband will take in a lover, she's still upset by it, but she tries to calm down. I know I'm like watering down. There's so much more. It's a lot more. It's frustrating. It's intense. It's just good hot mess right there. It's a good hot mess right there. But I don't want to spoil it too much. If that's enough for you to pick up, I don't. Maybe at this point, I'll probably go more into the story. And if you just want to go, leave and read, because you got to support the author. So, why I think Remarried Empress stands out among different webtoons is because of the perspective of the story being told through Navi. Now, you guys are gonna hate me for saying this, but actually no, let me prepare you. Get ready to get mad. Calm down. If Rashta was the main character, we would hate Navier. I know. I know. It's just, I know a lot of you hate Rashta because even I get super frustrated. But I feel like most of my frustration about Soviet is because of Soviet issue. But I'll get into that later. But because the story, because Rashta is the underdog in the story. You already know, because the Empress is at the top. She's trained. She's just a woman. She's not competing with Rashta because she already has everything. Now Rashta is a slave who was owned by her previous master, and she ended up having a child with the master's son, I believe, the master's son. And she was told that the child had died. And then now she runs off and she gets saved by the emperor of a basically if I told you the story started like this, she's saved by an emperor, and the emperor happens to have a wife, the emperor loves her more and cherishes her, and then it basically becomes a harem story you'd read in those Wattpad Eastern Chinese emperor concubine stories. Yeah, Rashta has all it takes to basically become a main character, which is why I'll probably should go into this more, but I want to say this now. She's not a villain, she's more of a rival in the story. And I feel like the fact that they're telling the story through Navier, who in most cases would have been the villain in the story, because she's stopping the underdog from is in the way of the underdog, is what gives it such a refreshing taste, Another thing I kind of like about Remarried Empress 70% is, well, of course this is nothing new, but I like how the love interests in the stories are complete cinnamon rolls. I know that they're not the first to have cinnamon rolls, but they're just so cute. The way she does it. I'm going to talk about Prince Henry. Prince Henry is just he's always blushing, and he's always he's so doesn't want to watch her change, even though he's a bird, and that would make no sense. Yes, I am so sorry for those who didn't know. So yes, Navier becomes pen pals, and the pen pal she has is Prince Henry. Prince Henry is from a different kingdom, and he has the magical ability to turn into a bird. Yes, this is all. It makes sense. It makes sense if you read the story. So stay with me. And I like how refreshing the author makes those characters. It's just they're just so enjoyable, and then and also so easy to hate some of the characters. She does that so well. But I feel the main thing that makes the story stand out is having it through the perspective of Navier, who is somebody who has everything at that point, and then loses something she thought she would always have, which is her emperor, because the story actually starts. Yeah, I'm really bad at explaining what the story is about. I need to improve that. Basically, the story starts with them getting a divorce and her deciding to marry Prince Henry. If y'all was earlier than that, you missed that spoiler, but this spoiler is in the first part of the story, so I am sorry in advance. I'll get better. So yes, what was I saying? Yes. Having the story through Navier, who is at the top, who is just refreshing and in control, is just kind of beautiful, because I tend to go on a bunch of binging Webtoon, Webtoon, you just go on the website, just read Webtoon after Webtoon, and you just they have a lot of similar stories, but a lot of them start with the underdog. The underdog is always the main character. This time the big dog or the overdog, I don't know what the opposite of a underdog is. Overdog, cats, I don't know. But yes, that is one thing that really stands, and I really like that. I think I've said stand so many times. Stop. I feel like I will just go straight to the characters because like I don't feel like I have like much to say about that. Maybe if I come up with another thing, I will say it. But I'm gonna go to the characters, and I'm gonna start with Navi. Navi is the boss in that thing. You know, she's just. She's like, she's goals. She's basically goals. From day one, she knew she was going to be the empress. She was actually picked out by Sovieshu's mother to be the empress. So she's been the royal princess since like she was born. They've been, they've been charming with each other. They've been best friends. And so she is basically like top tier badass. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to try not to cuss on the channel because, YouTube, whatever. And she is super capable. In the story, she wants to create trade with a different continent. I believe the name. I forgot his name. Where's his name? No. I forgot his name. Oh my god, why did I forget? I thought I wrote his name. Basically, there's this other prince, fine boy. He's a brother. He's like that random black guy that's in that show, and just like, hey, representation. Anyways. And he's the prince from a different continent, and it's like a 6-month travel. And he chooses her to handle having the trade between the two kingdoms. So which shows that she's actually very capable. She's about her work. She's not about losing face. She's like, I don't care. Let me not get myself involved in the emperor's love for Rashta. Like this is what makes me so mad. Despite the effort Navi makes not to get involved. Sorry. Sovieshu is always blaming her for things that go wrong, even though she did nothing. She tries to stay away. She tries not to comment. He's the one who lied to her. She hears that Rashta is this. So Navi hears from her helpers, from her like noble ladies that are caretakers and handmaids. I don't know the proper term, I forgot. That the emperor has taken in a girl, which is most likely a runaway slave and whatever. They go, they have dinner. They're sitting at dinner, and she's like, husband, Mr. Emperor, I heard you took in this runaway slave because I don't want he starts giving her this attitude. This bloody attitude about how about not wanting to talk about it. She was like, you know what? Let me not worry about it. I am the empress. My position is set in stone. Her position is set in stone. She's now just working. She's for that job. She's staying for that job for her people because she's about that life. Now, this part really frustrated me about Rashta. Because, like, her absolute ignorance, like, listen, like, if she's the main character and she's just trying to rile up, like, the thing, I'd probably, but, like, now that she's not the main character and I'm supporting Navi, and Rashta is just, I don't even want to call it that. She's no competition. She's a rival. There's difference, like, but rival is, like, a rival is somebody who has all the characteristics of a main character, but they're not the main character. Like Sasuke has like the crazy backstory, the edgy attitude, blah 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 BS, but he's not the main character. It's Naruto. They both have trashy past. That makes him. And even though I don't know, I've never finished Naruto. I think I'm really going sidetrack. But basically, he's not like that's basically what Rashta is. And she tries to come up and be all chummy with the Empress, even though she's going after her man. Like, calling her sister. Excuse me, this isn't Otoyo Megatari. Yeah, if you don't know what that is, this is whatever. This isn't Otoyo Megatari. We ain't sister wives. She is the Empress. And you're just some woman that walked in. She's like, we want to be friends. And then, like, Navi comes with all this swagger of a badass, boss lady, CEO, chairbull, whatever. And she's like, you can become friends with the next concubine that walks in. Basically telling her that you're replaceable or you're like a dime a dozen. A dime a dozen is that? Is that the phrase? That makes no sense. A dime is 10 cents. Whatever. And like she's just going to stay in her position, comfortable, boss, and whatever. And that's what I basically love about Navi. And I think because Navier is what's the word? She is so, what is the word? Navier is so exceptional that I believe Sovieshu is intimidated, and he has an inferiority complex, or just feels inferior to Navier. What work does he do? Maybe because he's not the main character that we don't know. Like, maybe I should start getting to Sovieshu, whatever. But like, what work does he do? You always see Navier working, grinding, basically he's in charge of this board, this thing, inviting, making sure things are in order, making sure trade deals are going on. I'm pretty sure the king's doing whatever, sleeping with the Russia. I'm sorry, whatever. But I feel like that is a lot of why their relationship is so bad, because Sovieshu feels inferior to Navier. Yes, I've said it. Her relationship with Henry makes me happy because she's able to relax. You know, when someone's able to relax in front of somebody, that is a sure tell sign that they're meant to be together. And there's no argument those guys are just meant to be. Like except the flashback is that wasn't even a flashback. Listen, y'all think we're in a flashback? No, that was just a preview. That's just to make you feel interested in the story. We won't be here for a long time, because I was rereading it just so I could watch this. And Henry has like a net on his head. I don't know why he has a veil. I don't know why he has a veil, but he has a veil. I don't know, whatever. But back to Navier. Navier, boss, stoic, but she's not old. She can't always be doing this. She can't always be like on her guard. And you will see the time when she'll break down, and then Queen, who's the bird, will fly in, and then she'll have a beautiful relationship. I don't know how she's going to react when she finds out that Queen is Prince Henry. But seeing that she marries him, we don't know if she marries him before she finds out that he can turn into a bird, or after she finds out he can turn into a bird. But that, I don't know. Let's get into Sovieshu. Sovieshu is one of those characters that make me mad. Like, there's some characters that make me really mad, and he has joined that group. It's Fuwa Sho from Skip Beat, Griffith from Berserk, Mayuri Kuritsuchi from Bleach. I do not like that man. And now Sovieshu, whatever the bloody hell his last name is. A lot of your hate towards Rashta is because of Sovieshu. Now, I can put Sovieshu as the villain because the man is absolute trash. I'm sorry. The man is absolute trash. Like, someone's made it, I read this comment where it's like, they were childhood friends for so long, but he doesn't understand her at all. Because he keeps accusing, he is insecure. He is totally insecure. That's why I say he has an inferiority complex to Navier. He's totally insecure. He's always blaming her for things that are beyond her control. He's upset. I'm pretty sure he's upset that Navier isn't actively jealous of Rashta. Because, prepare to be upset. Prepare to be upset. Sovieshu still loves Navier. Sovieshu actually loves Navier. And they've been giving us small hints of this in the story, especially with Rashta's relationship with Duke Urgi. Duke Urgi gave her like a precious gemstone, and then she shows it to Sovieshu. And she's like, oh, look at these, whatever, sugar daddy, whatever. And he's like, oh, this is this. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, why didn't he ask me where it came from? Or this is a spoiler for y'all that are reading it on Webtoons, because you know there are more chapters out there that you can read. I won't tell you where, because you need to support the art. Like, at least try to support the original creator. Yeah, so Rashta gets into like a more like closer relation with Duke Urgi, who I'd also classify as a villain. Duke Urgi, not Lesotho. He's called Viscount Loteshu, and and Sobieshu. I'd classify those guys as the villains of the story. And Duke Urgi has such a close relationship with Rashta, and Sobieshu doesn't get jealous. But oh, he's also racist. He's also racist. I'm sorry. Sobieshu is racist. I'm going to say that. How? Because he's always. I know I just went over, but like he's always jealous when Navier is surrounded by different men, and he's like, "Are you interested in foreigners? It seems like foreigners are your type. What is wrong with?" Listen, Nadia is having a preference, and I know y'all gonna get upset if I'm talking about having a preference and liking a different type. Not liking somebody because their particular race shows racial biasness. I am sorry. And it's something that you need to take back. Like everyone has to do it, reflect on it. There's just a set standard, and there's not liking somebody for like, okay, I don't like people with. Basically, if it's a feature that is particular to a different race, it becomes a little bit more critical for you to not like somebody because of it. But not liking somebody because they're from a particular race is not good, and that is basically what Sobieshu is like. He made me so mad. Okay. So yes, he basically asked Navier if she likes foreigners, and then she's like, should I get myself a nice Eastern man? Or can you give me an example of who's a good Eastern man? And he says me. You from where? You. I like that when I reread it from like this fan translation or whatever, the translator leaves comments, and she's like, "Where's my knife?" Disgusting. And I support it. And she leaves little memes at the bottom that I really appreciate. Because that makes me so angry. He makes me so angry. Anyways, yes. So another kind of sign that he actually still loves Navier more than he actually. Hi, this is Trash Editor Clumsy. I ended up just losing train of thoughts and just getting lost. What I wanted to say is that during the story, for Navier's birthday, they go to a villa, and Sobieshu comes a few days later, and he actually shows that he does work because he's overworked, and he ends up passing out. And Navier is like, "Oh, do you want me to bring Rashta? I'm sorry. Do you want me to bring Rashta over so that she can like take care of you?" And he's all like, "No, I like her, I love her, but like I can't relax when she's around, so I'd rather you didn't bring her around, because like Nadia wanted to go, like, if I can bring her here, I can go do some work, because she's professional business lady, whatever." And that's like another sign that he doesn't feel relaxed around her. And like, you can enjoy someone's company, but if somebody drains you, then that's like not the best person for you. You shouldn't be drained around somebody you love. Okay. I think he's more like infatuated. He likes the attention Rashta gives him, but he actually still loves Navier. This is actually something you see in a lot of different K-dramas where there's cheating. Like if you watched Lady in Dignity, Lady in Dignity was just very good K-drama. The main protagonist's husband wanted to be in a relationship with both of them because he loved both of them for different reasons. It was just like a Navier and Rashta situation where like his main wife was like boss, handling things very, very professional. She's like VP. Even like his father wanted to give the company to him only so that his wife could run it. Navier right there. And then the other girl is like a little bit lower income than him, gives him all the attention he wants, but he loves both of them. That is basically Sobieshu, but it's absolute trash. It's just absolute trash. Let's go into Rashta. Rashta makes me so mad, but I don't hate her. I honestly, like, she makes me mad all the time, but not enough for me to actually like hate her. Like, she does like really irritating things. But as I've said, she is an underdog, and I think because she's an underdog, I don't hate her as much. Cause like I'm like, you know what, go get. Like, cause also again, I don't like Sobieshu. Sobieshu is a lot of my anger for Rashta comes from Sobieshu being a dick. Yes, a lot of my anger for Rashta comes from Sobieshu being a dick, and her character is she's not like a good enough villain to really be a villain. She wants to learn from Navi. Yeah, she doesn't have that magical talent. She can't read. Uh, like, you know what? Marry him. I don't care. Climb the ladder. I just want Navi to be happy because, like, from what I can tell, even prior to him being with her, prior to like Rashta being part of the story, they were in a cordial relationship but not like a loving relationship. So I honestly don't care. She's naive. She's absolutely naive. And even though she's like the rival in the story, I hate seeing her being manipulated by all these men. I hate seeing women manipulated by men. I know men are also manipulated by women, but
hello, this is Trash Editor Clumsy. I just wanted to say that I do realize that Rashta is manipulated herself, but I do believe she has authentic, at this moment, I do believe she has authentic feelings for Sobieshu and does actually love him. This doesn't just justify her being manipulated, but she's not exactly, like, she kind of like pretends to be soft and sweet towards when she's with Sobieshu, but Yuji are kind of like showing your best side among like someone you love, but like she's more manipulated around him. I don't think she'll ever do anything that will actually hurt him. Maybe ruin his image by dethroning his wife, but like I don't think she'd ever do anything to physically hurt him because I think she does actually love him.
This story, it is Duke Ergi who is just screaming bad news. This guy just, he screams bad news. He's obviously just using her because she's naive. And then the Viscount Loteshu is just vile. He's absolutely vile. He makes me mad. I don't, even though Rashta was like, man, I hate him. I hate him more than I hate Rashta? No, I hate how he's just using her. I hate it when use her. Like, first off, he just wants, like, to take advantage of her and, like, and then if you go on later on the story, you actually find out that the man Rashta used to love kind of has underlying feelings for her. I don't know. It hasn't been built so much where I am in the comic, but like, yeah. But we're talking about Rashta. So the particular scenes that make me mad, when she tries to call the Empress sister, when she tries to copy her, when she tried to pretend to be Prince Henry's pen pal, I was like, do you really need to do that? Like, what did you have to gain? But she really lost nothing because like he already knew who his pen pal was. You know, Navier has like main character armor and stuff like that. But the red dress was just, the red dress was messy. Was really messy. It was messy as much as like the. This is a spoiler. I don't know, y'all. If you're on the Webtoon app and you want to hear the spoiler, I'm gonna cover your ears for this. Maybe I'll put the time where you can skip. I also don't know how to do that. Anyways, the red dress. Basically, they had a New Year's party, and Rashta appears in a red dress, which I believe is only supposed to be worn by the Empress. That is basically an attack on her. She has no respect for her role as an empress. I know she's basically on a frontal attack for her position. She basically wants to become the empress, but that made me so mad. And Sobieshu just like, he didn't side with Rashta. He sided with Navier, and like for keeping face, I kind of like, oh, so he did this, but it wasn't enough for me to like him. It was not enough for me to like him. So yeah, Rashta, you can call her trash all you want. I am for with you. She is absolute trash sometimes, but like it's not because she's. I don't think she's really much of a bad character. I think she's just a rival and she's not the main character. So because she's not the main character and she's in the way of the main character, yeah, we're just not gonna like her. Let's go to Prince Henry. Oh my gosh. Prince Henry is such a cinnamon roll. Like sometimes he does be like when people try to like bother him, whatever. You can see him getting mad, but like he's just especially around Navier, he's just marshmallow. So sweet, so kind. He turns into a bird, and he's just absolutely in love with her. Yeah, he's a simp. He's a simp. He's a simp. Yes, he is a simp. But I'm gonna accept this simp. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'll allow you to be a simp. Y'all can fight. Y'all can be upset with me, but yes, Henry is a simp. He's obsessed with Navier. He became a bird. He goes to like his school to kind of like tell her all these nice things about me. You know, me being a wizard. You know, showing her. You know, she gets upset that he can't carry her. Am I recording? So when he does, not even that. When she says she doesn't like his gift, which was like, it stopped recording. I don't. Okay. Anyways, so yes, Henry basically gave Navier a gift, and it was pastries because he bakes. You know, like get a man that can cook. Like everyone should know how to cook, but like a man that can cook is just like very nice. And he also gives her like a precious gemstone, and she doesn't like it, and he gets upset and he starts crying. What? Gets upset and he starts crying in his room. So she rushes over because she noticed that Queen is crying. Queen is the bird, and he's just like tears, red eyed. I'm like, boy, you crying? Are you crying? Yeah. But anyways, we love this simp. You know, not all simps are bad. Simps don't have to be bad, but like at least have some backbone. You know, men, respect yourself too. Okay. He basically has to take on the throne after his brother, who is actually very ill. And actually, he does actually end up taking up the throne. If you read later on into the chapters, he takes up the throne because his brother ends up passing, and he says, you know, make sure you need to have a wife or whatever. And yeah, he wants Navier, and you know what? Yes, just marry her. Just marry her. I don't really have much to say even besides like I absolutely much to say about Henry besides the fact that I absolutely love him, and you know he's great. Now I had to look up his name because I forgot his name. He's Prince Kaufman or Duke Kaufman. Duke Kaufman is from a different. I'm gonna call him Prince. I'm just gonna call him Kaufman. Mr. Kaufman is a brother because you know he like this and like that, and he's from a different continent. And this guy, that's my baby right there. Like, oh my gosh, I love him so much, and he stands no chance. He stands no chance with Navier. Don't even ship them together because there's no hope. There's no reason for her to look aside from Henry. Like people don't leave a relation. Listen, you don't leave a relationship because somebody else loves you. You leave a relationship because one, you don't love the person or the person doesn't love you back. And Navier does not. Navier has no reason to like Mr. like Kaufman because like he's such a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. He's super sweet and whatever, but like he just doesn't stand a chance. And he actually gives Sovieshu. He represents me in the story when he gives Sovieshu a nice. And yes, Prince Kaufman comes and just decks. Hiya! Sovieshu, and I'm just like. Except it kind of cost them the trade deal, so. But like the fact that Navier is leaving, like I don't think he wanted to trade with them after Navier leaves, because he's probably only interested in like Navier at that point. And you know what? It is whatever. And he actually, so Navier has her birthday. He actually makes her a love potion, and I'm like, okay, my boy, like my guy, is this how you seduce people? Like you make them a love potion to give to their husband? And it's really funny when Sovieshu comes up and he's super jealous because he still has feelings. He still loves Navier, even though he can go kill him. God forget, no. Even though he can go and just rot in a hole somewhere. And so Prince Kaufman basically just flirts with him, and he's just like, what? And he just leaves, you know. I'm like, yes, leave. Let that girl get all the attention you're not gonna give her. Yes, Kaufman. He stands no chance, but sometimes authors put in characters that are just attractive and good looking for the audience, for people like us, just so that there's a free character you can enjoy. And that is to me what Kaufman is. He's a nice, good looking man for us to enjoy. Yeah. I think that's about it. I think I've gone into the characters that kind of talked about. I think I'll just like wrap up by kind of going to things that I probably didn't like about the story. I'm like I don't really let things. I don't really like let things that probably like minor things like really like annoy me. I'm pretty sure that no story is perfect. I know a lot of people are upset with how long the flashback is taking, or they really want her to divorce they want Sylvester to divorce Navier real quick so that Navier can be set free. However, I personally think if that happens, like, well, why would I still be reading the story? Like, you know, the goal's been met. I don't care anymore, you know? So please be patient with the author. Don't be like, when are they gonna find it? Yes, just enjoy the ride, because they have to first go through a bunch of like drama, because once they do get married, it's the end of the story, and I don't know if you guys want the story to end so quick. And right, I think that's the video. This actually was really hard to record. I don't know how to edit videos. I don't know. This setup was super hard. Like, I have a ring light. I'm here in my basement. This was really hard. But thank you so much for watching my video. Leave any comments, leave me your thoughts. Basically, just react or whatever to basically what you thought. I want to just take some time to thank Nicole or Hariana Hook. She actually has her own YouTube channel. She inspired me to make my own YouTube channel. She talks about family entertainment and nostalgic content and the issues that surround it. And I just love having her on and just listening to her just spit straight up facts. Like, she has her own opinions, things that she's not afraid to give them out. And I just like, I agree with like a lot of the things she says, and I feel like everyone should just take a look, because it's kind of, watching her content kind of opened my eyes to a bunch of things I never really noticed as a child when I watch a bunch of these shows. So please give her a follow, subscribe to her, watch her videos. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. You know, I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be making more content soon. Bye. Oh wait, I have a button. I don't know if this works. Nope, it didn't.